So now I am substituting the values for omega t equal to 0. So if I substitute omega t equal to 0, your current is maximum. When omega t equal to pi by 3, you get I half. Omega t equal to pi by 2, you get capital IC. Omega equal to pi by 3, you get I minus half. Omega t equal to pi, you get I minimum. That is why I am relating all these 5 values of current using the different angular position of the signal. So see here, omega is 0 means maximum. 180 means minimum. You know, cos 0 is 1, cos 180 is minus 1. So 0 means maximum, pi means minimum. Among between these two, you will have the other values. 60 degrees, pi by 3 is 60 degrees, I half. 90 degrees, IC. 2 pi by 3, 120 degrees, it is I minus half. So I get all these values when I go from the graph, I get all these values. Now substitute this value here and equate both. That's all. So when you substitute all the values here, when you put omega equal to 0, in this equation you will get I max equal to IC plus B naught plus B1 plus B2 plus B3 plus B4, because cos 0 is going to be 1. So you will have 5 equations, 5 unknowns. You can solve and get the values from B0 to B4. So the solving is not in our purview. You can even ignore the solving, and this is going to be the expression for B0 to B4. So you can see that all the coefficients are in terms of I max, I minimum, I half, I minus half, and IC. IC is your IQ. Okay. So you can see all the harmonic distortion coefficients are denoted in terms of the current values: I maximum, I minimum, I half, I minus half, and IC. You see, B1 is your useful power, even that is 1 by 3. It is 1 by 3 times only you're getting, it is getting reduced. And B0 is the DC component, it is 1 by 6 times reduced, even more reduced. See, among all the factors, B1 is only reduced by 3. As you see, other terms, B0 is reduced by 6, B2 is reduced by 4, B3 is reduced by 1 by 6, B4 is reduced by 1 by 2. Denominator, if the number is getting larger and larger, the value will be getting smaller and smaller. So among all the values, B1 is larger. And incidentally, you can see B1 is your useful power. So necessarily, useful power has to be larger for the circuit to function effectively. See, ideally, B0, B2, B3, B4 all should be equal to 0. But since your circuit is going to behave like a non-linear circuit, these values B0, B2, B3, B4 can never be 0. They will all be functions of the current. Okay, and here from this equation we can measure what is the second order distortion, what is third order distortion, what is fourth order distortion, because I have the expression for B2, B3 and B4. So the measure of distortion is represented by what is that particular coefficient divided by the fundamental coefficient. So D2 means it is modulus of B2 by B1. D3 means modulus of B3 by B1. D4 means modulus of B4 by B1. See, the one thing to be noted is all the denominators are going to have always B1, the fundamental power, or I can say the power which are going to feed into your network. Only the numerators will change. Denominators are going to be always B1. Why we take modulus means because we have subtraction involved in the expressions. If it is addition means okay, it will be purely a positive number. Since you have subtractions and your the signal is also having positive and negative half cycle, right? For that only we are considering the modulus. So otherwise, don't think distortion will be negative number. No, distortion is always a positive number, and it is a ratio of the power in the particular harmonic distortion coefficient divided by the power in the fundamental component. Fundamental component is the frequency what you are transmitting. Okay, so this is going to be higher order harmonic distortion. So I told you each coefficient of the distortion will have its own power, right? You know the power equation is given by average power. So you take half B1 square RL. It is just like how you find I square RL. This harmonics is considered to be the current component. P1 equal to half of B1 square RL. So P2 will be B2 square RL by 2. P3 will be B3 square RL by 2. P4 will be B4 square RL by 2. See what this 1 by 2 is coming because we are finding the average power. See these harmonics, we cannot find the exact power because it is varying always, right? So we'll find what is called as the average power. Average means we divide by 2.